Hi folks, welcome to this video tutorial. It is a tutorial about Corel AfterShot Pro 3. Now, it's based on a program that was named Bibble, and it was made by a company called Bibble Labs. It was a favorite amongst the professional photographers, and most of the videos that I've seen on AfterShot have been aimed at photographers. You know, guys who do weddings and gals who do big trip things and stuff. I'm not any one of them. I'm just a guy who likes to take pictures and likes to edit them. So it's good for that. It's good for huge amounts of photographs, and it's good for small amounts. So most of mine are just small amounts, and there are a variety of different shots. And the thing about it is it's non-destructive, so you always have your original. It's fast. It'll work with your raw files nice and easily and move them around quickly. And it has all the adjustments you ever need. Now, if you're looking to get a program that will do that, plus give you line drawings and painting and all kinds of creative stuff, this is not it. What you want then is PaintShop Pro or Photoshop, because it has all the creative stuff as well as the photo stuff. Now, really, when you get down to it, when you think about it, probably for most photographers, this is all you need. Corel AfterShot Pro 3. The people who can draw and paint and do things that are beyond my realm of possibility, they're going to use the other programs, especially things like Photoshop, PaintShop Pro, maybe Sketchbook. That's for the really creative type. This one is for people who like to do digital images and like to make them the best they can possibly be. Okay, so let's take a look at this thing. Typical file menu up here. File, edit, view, help. It's got a nice PDF help manual you can download and work through if you wish. I've done some of that. Some neat stuff in these menus. Edit menu. It's got one called Copy Selective Image Settings. Control-Shift-C. Now, if we take this fine-looking Canada goose, and we do some adjustments on it. Let's go to the color panel. We've got a curves adjustment here we can do. We'll bring this over a bit, just a titch here. Maybe draw down the shadows, pop up the highlights, get a nice contrast going. Come on down to our plugins. I want the wavelet sharpen right here, wavelet 1, and that's sharpening up. Look at that, eh? Oof, nice and sharp. Pop back to, let's go to detail. It is the Nikon camera correction thing. And yeah, I guess there's not much I want to do in here. If I wanted to turn it to black and white, I could do it here, or I could do it someplace else just by doing the saturation. But I don't think I want that. If you do something like this, you say, I don't like it, double click on the thingy and it goes back to 0. The thingy. That's the little round thingy. Okay? So I've done all these little adjustments here. Now I'm going to copy the selective image settings. You see what I did really was just curves and wavelet sharpening. Okay. So go back to here. And we'll put it on this guy here. Bring him up. Edit. Paste image settings. Bang. There he is. If I don't want to open up in the main screen, I can just do it here. Click. And do a control click over here in this guy. And that guy there. I got these two selected. And I can do it again. Paste the image settings. And it does them both. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of quick. It's kind of effective. Now what else we got in here? You can change the exposure. Let's try that. The exposure change is, if you go up a third of a stop, it's Alt-Shift-X. Okay, let's find one of these here and see what we can do. Here, let's take this one here. Okay, I'm going to go Alt-Shift-X. Up a third, up a third. There you go. That works. So it's kind of neat. You don't even have to go into the panel over here to the standard to do it. You just do it right there. Exposure, white balance, ratings. You can rate these things. You can do it here or you can do it up here. You can put labels on it. No label, red, yellow, green, blue, purple. You can do them up here. Flags. Here's the settings. You can go through the initial settings. You can Control-Shift-R or just Control-R to default. Stacking. You can stack things up. Rebuild previews. And if I want, I could edit with PaintShop Pro. I just click here, or I click up here. Now I can sort things in here by changing the right here. Now I'll change it to, let's go down to shutter speed. Bang. Now there's a whole bunch of other things on this file, but now it's in shutter speed. So if I go up to this one, I don't know what it was, go to my metadata, and my shutter speed was 1/30 of a second. If I go here the other way, with this one with this big bird, my shutter speed was 12/50th of a second. So there's lots of different ways to sort things. You can sort forward, you can sort backwards, you can even filter. Rating is, label is, flag is, and it'll sort it in all kinds of different ways. So these guys here are your ratings, these are your labels, a bunch of things here. Now what we've got over here, this thing, it's a layers palette. Now don't have a fit. It's a nice easy little layers palette. You click on it, main layer, or just here, right there. There you go, this is layers palette. You got two layers, an adjustment layer and a heel cloning layer. And there's not much more than that. You've got areas you can do. It's got feathering. It's really quite good, and I'm not going to show you anything about it now. This is a tutorial on its own, and it's really, really neat. Over here we got a magnifier. So if I want to see, how is this bird? Okay, look at that, eh? I just magnify. I don't have to open it up and zoom in and zoom out. Which one do I like better? Oh, he turned his head away. No, probably this is the better one. So I would then give him a rating maybe of 4. This one maybe a 2. And maybe this one a 2. Okay, so that's what you do with the magnifier. This thing will give you a slideshow. A slideshow of everything that's in that file. And I'm not going to do it because there's too many images in here. But it's nice and easy to use. This thing, I didn't pay any attention to this when I first started playing with this program. Then I found out that what it does is it gets rid of the top line. I have no idea why it does that, but it does it. Because I wanted to find a way to minimize this sometimes. And I had to go up here and close it all until I went into the help files and figured this thing out. Far too much time spent on this. Over here you've got different tabs. You've got the library tab if you want to make libraries and catalogs, which I don't do. If you're a pro and you're doing like 50 or 60 travel photographs, or 200 or 1,000, you can put them into catalogs. My dog's barking. Over here is your file system. This is the one I'm used to. This is the one I like. And down here we've got the output. You can do a batch output. You can do a 16-bit TIFF, 8-bit, download it, make a gallery, JPEG full size, or proof. Print, all kinds of different printing things. I pretty well stay here. And if I want to save something, I put it to the desktop. Okay, so that is that. Now you've got different views here. You've got this view, which is all the thumbnails. You got this guy, which is the thumbnail on the side and the main screen. And you got this one, which is the main screen. And if you want to get more real estate for your image, you do this. And now we can zoom in and look at that. Oh, I don't want that one. I got the wrong one. Okay, we're going to zoom in again. And he's a nasty looking little guy, isn't he? Yeah. Okay. So that's what you can do with these. I guess we don't need that much longer. I'm going to leave that up. Down here at the bottom, you got the pan tool, so we can pan around. We got a white dropper. This is supposed to give you a white balance based on clicking on a white. It's never really worked that well for me. It didn't do much there. But you've got the same thing over here in the color tab, right here. And this one seems to do a bit more. This one over here than this one here. So I don't use this one, I use that one. This is your crop tool. You got all kinds of different crops. And there is a plug-in that you can work with the crop tool, which really gives you all kinds of things you can do, like rule of thirds. You can do the golden mean, the golden spiral, all kinds of good stuff there. Straighten tool, red eye. Now these are the tools you use in conjunction with the layers palette, and I'm just telling you that you got it. I'm not going to show you what to do with it because it's, it's a little bit more than we want to do at this time. Over here, one-to-one view, fill screen view. Down here you've got a warning. These are your over and under exposure warnings. Looks like I did a pretty good job on this one. Yeah, okay. Couple overexposures, but that's in the shadows. You can lock the view, and yeah, right here it tells you what is under your cursor at any time. So right now when I'm in the clouds, I got a red 236, green 241, and blue 250. If I go up into this beautiful blue sky, it changes things. Red 42, green 181, blue 230, and luminosity 145. I don't know how you'd use that. Perhaps you would. Over here on the right hand side are the different palettes. Now you also got this, you can go full screen. We don't want to do that though. The top one is the standard. Shows you the histogram as it is on the original, and a whole bunch of different things. You can do auto levels. Ugh, yikes. Perfectly clear. White balance, you can change it, straighten, exposure, highlights, highlight range, fill light if you need it, blacks, contrast. There's a lot here. I don't need to do much with this one. I probably should get one up that's a bit crappier, which is a term. This was a a kite. I think it's crashed. So we could do something in here and it would make it a bit different. There's with the perfectly clear. Auto levels, yay. And there's all kinds of different things we can do here. We can change this into a real bright thing or come back down to take the vibrance out of it. We can, and again, you can double click on it. Hue, sharpening. Over on the next panel is the curves adjustment. So you go here, go there, pull this down, put that up. Okay. It's a much better representation of this really, really poor picture. I can't stand working with this anymore. Got to go to another one. These people were fun. They were flying the kite. They were the kite flyers. And it was it was April the 1st, April Fool's Day actually. And they were having a ball. Okay, so let's do it here. Not too much there. Yeah. Sometimes the perfectly clear works beautifully. Yeah, everything's kind of okay here. I'm not really in the thing of getting it perfect. Color, you can actually change the color of something. If you wanted to take and change the color of his hoodie, you could. You just do it right through here, color correction. You got color balance. You can balance the colors in if you wish to do it. White balance, color management. That's something that's a bit beyond me. Tone, this is pretty much the first screen all over again. Don't know why they did that. Detail, sharpening, raw noise, perfectly clear noise removal, lens correction, and mirror and invert. So, a lot of pictures that you see are mirrored or inverted somehow. I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's a copyright thing. Oh, that's kind of funny. Then there's the metadata, tells you all you need to know about this shot when I took it. 150 in the afternoon, Nikon, the width, the ISO, 1008. Wow, that was a big one. 1/500th of a second, f13, 18. Wow, yeah, 300 millimeters. And down here you can put keywords in if you want. Now I put in here kite. Now there's no kite in here, but I could have put something there. What else we got? Keyword sets. If I want to add a set, let's say nature. Okay, genre nature kite. Watermark. On this particular one, you can add a watermark if you wish, if you want to protect your photos. Something I never use because nobody ever tries to steal mine. Get more. This is the fun one. These are the plugins. Yeah, now your camera profiles, that's done. It's straightforward. They're all free. The plugin manager. These are all different plugins. Now there's something called Grad Filter Pro, which is $20. Grad Filter Lite is $6, but the rest of them, the Zone, Grid, Z Text, Z Shadows, Channel Mixer, Soften, Mix 3, Bez, Perspective, Vignette, Silicon, Bonk, Sharpen, Denoise, Z Frame, they're all free. So it's worthwhile downloading them all. There's some really good ones in here, so especially the black and white ones. And if you go up here, there's the image presets. And these are mostly things you can buy. Let's make this a bit bigger so you can see some of them. Yeah, $10, $5, whatever. You know, they're not terribly expensive. And if you are into the need for something like this, yeah, it'd be great. Sepia pack, lollipop, street cred. I think there's a black and white one here. I love black and white. Black and white is my favorite. And yeah, it's good. Street cred, it's good. So down here are all the plugins. Bez, Grid, Mix 3, Silicon Bonk, Vignette. I think my favorite one is the black and white plugin. This guy here. Okay? And you set the black and white according to this. So you kind of come down here and you say, okay, which one do I like the best? And you choose it. There's the green channel, blue channel. There'll be a lot of noise there, red versus green and blue. We'll just choose one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Okay. Spot color. First spot color. Enable it. Now we can go across here. And when it finds the color, it's going to pop it out. So what I want to do is there's faces, her face. Now you can see the trees in the background on the left are starting to show up in green. And you're going to see some green in the ground too, because it was just starting to change. Let's see, I want to get her jacket in. Oops, get over here. There it is. There's her jacket. And there's the fuzziness. The fuzziness will make it more or less. So that's kind of neat, eh? I like that. That's really a neat thing. So there's a lot you can do with this program. It's fun to use. It's safe. It's safe. Of course it's safe. It's fast and effective, and worth it. Hey, if you want to add another, I think you can put the second one in too. First spot, black and white. I thought there was two of them here. I don't know why I'm missing it, but okay. Reset all. We go back. So there you go. This is Corel AfterShot Pro 3. It doesn't cost very much. Very powerful, fun to use, non-destructive. You can always go back in time and bring your original back. You got layers. You got everything here. So stay tuned for some more on this. But this is your first introduction. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. Bye now.